G'day everyone, hope you're well. Alright, so apparently my last couple of videos has been a couple of little issues with the focus. I've had some feedback, so I don't know why. It's the same as the film, everything else, but I've tried some different settings, so see how this goes. Alright, I'm using Hobby 148 Me262 HG3 VTAL World War II German aircraft, because it's a what if, a Luft 46, if you will. So I built the first one they come out with, which is more similar to your traditional Me262 on the tail wise. It had the same engines as this, but this one's a bit different. And the one I built of theirs was fantastic kit. Went together really good, and it had nice details. And it was a pretty quick build, which sometimes I do like to refresh the mojo. Alright, so I'm thinking this is the problem been having. Might have been the white background with holding parts, and that I was trying to focus on one or the other, but let's just hope this works for my sake. So only 4 sprues and counting your clear sprue. Like I said, it's a pretty quick build. You're starting off with your wheel bay, front wheel bay going in. Another insert there. Can't remember what that was for now. Sorry, that's part of your internals of the main gear bay. And they'll have you putting the gear on straight away. Obviously, leave that off to minimize risk of bumping and braking. I'm pretty sure that'll still plug in after the fact, but do check. It's been a while since I built the other one, a couple of years or more. The only, I wouldn't call it an issue, because every model you build, unless you get resin full intakes, you'll have a seam that you need to clean up, and this is no exception, and it's pretty narrow at the front. But I just use sandpaper and toothpicks or bamboo stick, whatever fits the shape of the curve, and just clean it up like that, and it did the job, no worries. So you got the gear bay, but has the jet ducts going either side of them. So basically you're doing all the interior work, and then you come back to, just checking that, the cockpit tub, the rudder pedals going in, the yoke seat, the instrument panels, raised detail, and then flip her over, plug her into the top, and then straight up with your canopy. That is the other thing, though, it will be a closed canopy job unless you want to cut away the windscreen. For me, it's not a problem that it's closed canopy. You can see through it. Like I said, these sorts of kits for me are just a quick build, and it's usually to sell on, and I'm not fussed about having an open canopy on them. And you will need nose weight. Pitot going on, I would leave that to the end as well. And then you got your gear, main gear legs, the rest of it going in, and your tail construction here. So you got the rear end plugs on. So like I said, 8 steps, nice and easy. And your color callouts are MIG, but your German colors are named, so if you use another brand, which I do, it shouldn't be a hassle comparing, and it's a what if, so well, for me, no biggie if you're not exact. and quite an interesting camouflage scheme on it. Very different. I haven't seen anything like that before. So it's just the one scheme in this box, I think. Should be. Just, yeah, that's the underside now, the view of it, so they're giving you all the angles. Alright. Decals or decals. They look a bit, because of the white, you can see the carrier film on it, but I think they'll go down alright. But usually that's easy just to mask off and spray them in for a better look. And of course you got the swastika is broken up, as is per law. Now you got some unit insignia there. Looks like we even have a Totenkopf skull and crossbones there. Who knew the SS had an Air Force? And you got the what's the name of that flower in the Alps by the looks of it. And you got a, looks like a greyhound or some sleek looking animal running. Again, it's do what you want, go to town with it, because it was never in service. Another thing I'd like to point out with these kits is their clear parts are exceptional, and hopefully that rivet detail showing up there. If not, my still photos, I'll get it. Really nice, really nice. Alright, let's start with the fuselage section so I can show the lovely details you get. So when I built the first one, when I opened it up, I thought, oh, I'm not a fan of this plastic, but I actually quite liked it. I think you become used to a certain colour, which is normally grey in aircraft, and this is more of your armour colour, but these guys do, obviously that their main gig is armour, so I guess they just use the same coloured plastic, but yeah, it's fine. As mentioned, let's hope this is showing up. Got heaps of rivet details. To some it might be overdone, but I mean, again, it's a what if, and it holds wash really good. Looks really nice together. The cockpit tub, you got raised details in there, so good for a dry brush. The intake fans, and from memory, the tail does fit well onto the other one. The one I did plugs on as well. There was no issues with the kit. Alright, so obviously, so those other parts I showed would have been from the kit I did, and this sprue is introduced for the V-tail part of it. I hope this is showing up. Paranoid now every time I film. And last one. Alright, so your engine, so this is the trunking inside the gear bay. You see from, if you flip her over, you'll see this, so you can paint up those details. Intakes, like I mentioned, the two halves, and this is the front end of it, the intake lip, so it's a really wide area, and you'll have that join that you need to clean the seam up, but like I said, you can do it, it's not impossible. You do have a few ejection pin marks on the inside of the gear doors, which is unfortunate because they do have other details in there, but that's a thing of, well, you can just leave it because you won't really see it, or you can just fill them, sand them. There's a bit of a shallow one in the intake as well. They're best to clean them ones up before you glue them together, a bit easier. And your nose wheel is one piece, but unfortunately we got two halves. The others, this is when I really hate two half wheels, because when you glue them, you get a sand to clean that seam line up, you take away that detail, and it's not just a cross tread that you can come in with a razor saw and do that one. It's a different style tread. But that's how it is. Manufacturers don't want to mould wheels as one. I don't know why. And again, heaps of detail, riveting detail, and some panel lines that really, when you put the wash on, it makes it pop. So there you go, nice quick easy build, something very different. We even got the old Luft 46 stamp down there. Yeah, I really highly recommend one of these if you like something different. Like I've said many times, I like the weird and wonderful, so that's definitely up my alley. This is the sort of kits I'll be doing in between my major builds that are quick for reselling on to make a bit of cash. So I'm going to take some still photos now, and hopefully this video works. Thanks for watching.